How's it going, YouTube? This is Skul, and welcome to my monthly video game pickups video for the month of July 2018. I honestly don't know where to start with all of this. I know I promised last month that I would be scaling back, and I think I got more this month than any month prior. Now, the reason I said that last month is because I need to start putting aside more money towards my very expensive project. My original plan was to have that done by next April or May. Now my plan is to have it done by this Christmas, but that means literally not buying anything game-related except for limited print games as much as I can help it. So yeah, this is going to be the last time for a while that I get a haul this big. I really don't know where to start. Oh man, I have no idea. So, also I'm wearing glasses more or less permanently now. I went to the eye doctor and he said that I've been blind for so long that I need to wear these to get my eyes used to being, to seeing stuff again. So hopefully there's no glare. I don't know, I can't quite tell in the preview, but anyway, I have no idea where to start. I'll start left and work my way right. Got this life-size Finnegan plush, which is not a video game, obviously, but it's video game related, and I just wanted to show it off. It's adorable. It's life-size. It's so cuddleable. Got this straight from the Pokemon Center website, so if you want one of these, actually they have a lot of life-size Pokemon plushes, so if you want one of those specifically, or other starters, and there's a few others like Eevee, then go ahead and go to PokemonCenter.com. You should be able to buy one. You'll be able to see what I paid for it there. I went to Goodwill and got a lot of stuff there. Seriously, Goodwill just had a ton of games. That's why there's a lot here. I think almost all my... I'll just go through this and tell you what I think is from Goodwill and what I just flat out don't remember. This pile, I'm almost positive, is all from Goodwill. I got... this is for the Wii. I got Barbie, Jet, Set, and Style. I got the Biggest Loser Challenge. Hannah Montana Spotlight World Tour. And Wii Play. Now, there was a Hannah Montana game that was supposed to be like, oh, you can use this to hack into your Wii. One, that was false. Two, it's not that game anyway. It's Hannah Montana the movie, I think. I got these two PS3 games, Guitar Hero World Tour and Madden 12, and those were also from Goodwill. Let's see here. Most of my PS2 games were from Goodwill as well, but I'll get to that later because that's over there. Next up would be my PlayStation 1 games. I bought a haul off eBay. This cost me $10 altogether. I think I want to go for a complete PlayStation 1 library, and this brings me up to about 2% of the way there, combined with what I already had. Several months ago, when I made that decision to go after basically every kind of video game I could get my hands on, I went to Amazon and bought 1,000 jewel cases. These are very, very nice. They're professional made. So whenever I get games, as long as the artwork's there and the disc and stuff, I could just swap it to a brand new jewel case and it looks brand new. And all of these look amazing as a result. So I got a few games here. I got Dave Murrah Freestyle BMX. This is one I didn't swap into a jewel case, but that's because it has a sticker on the front. NCAA Game Breaker 2001, and the sticker is the official license sticker. Sometimes they're there and you can't really swap out unless you want to, obviously, lose the sticker. NFL Game Day 2001. NFL Game Day 99, I guess those are a little out of alphabetical order, that's fine. NFL Blitz 2000. NHL Face-Off 2000. Yeah, 2000. And EA Sports Triple Play 2001. So, they're all sports games, but you know what? For $10 for 6 PS1 games, I will take it. PS1 collecting is really starting to kick off, so if I can get just any games now for cheap, I'll take it. I got 2 Wii U games this month, which I believe brings me up to 57 games altogether for the Wii U. I still want to go for a complete collection, but obviously that's going to have to be put on hold for the next 3 months. Same with Switch collecting, but I'll get to that later. I got Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, which was the only Monster Hunter game released on the system, and Transformers Prime. And with the Wii U, it's about every 3 games you get, that's 2% of the library, so, I mean, these 2 games, that's already more than 1% of the library right there. Okay, may as well get this one out of the way here. I got one Xbox One game, actually. I got Recore. I know nothing about it, but I was browsing Best Buy's website and seeing what Xbox One games they might have for cheap. They had this, and I got the Best Buy exclusive bundle that comes with controller skins. You can see them there, that you can put on your Xbox One controller. Obviously, I don't care about that kind of thing. I can't even remember the last time I played my Xbox One. But it's a game, and it's a Windows exclusive. It's a Microsoft exclusive, so I figured why not. I got a ton of N64 games this month, which brings my total up to, I think, 115 N64 games. My hope, Finnegan just felt, my hope was to get to the halfway point by the end of this year. That's not going to happen, but I'm okay with that. So, the N64 games I got. Aero Gauge, Army Men Sarge's Heroes 2, which is made by the 3DO company. Found that pretty cool. Army Men Air Combat. It's cool because the 3DO was a direct competitor to the N64, but it sort of died before the N64 came out, so I'm sure they just started making games for every console they could to start making money back. Brunswick Circuit Pro Bowling. Hot Wheels Turbo Racing, which is actually a really fun racing game on the system. The Adventures of Superman, better known by its infamous name, Superman 64. Yeah, I finally got Superman 64. I'm not going to play it. Probably never going to pick it up. Not going to torture myself. And WCW Backstage Assault. So those are the N64 games I got, except for one more. Of course, I got my monthly pickups from my Retro Game Treasure Box, which I made as its own separate video. So if you've already seen that, then you know what this is. But otherwise, the 4 games I got were Pokemon Snap for the N64, which I love, seriously. SimCity for the Super NES, really good game. Spy Hunter for the NES, and Skate or Die for the NES. So, let's see here. This pile here, and maybe some other games I don't remember, but this pile here, I went to GameStop to pick something up. Oh, my Wii U games. And I overheard the employees saying that they were going to take some scissors or a punch gun or something to punch holes into these games here because they came in as defective. And I said, hey, I don't know if you know your policy allows this, but if you're just going to throw them away anyway, I'll gladly take them. And they just threw them in the bag with me. So I got these Xbox 360 games. I got Assassin's Creed 3, just the disc. This is the single-player disc, too. I don't actually have a 360, so I can't test if most of these work. I'm sure they work on the one, but I'd rather play on a 360 anyway. I got Kinect Adventures. I got 2 of them, and I actually already have this game, so now I have 3 copies. I got Battlefield 3, Dishonored, and Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon. All the discs are in there. I looked at them. They look fine. I mean, they're scratched up, but it might be worth taking them to a resurfacer and paying like 50 cents each to get them resurfaced to fix them. Again, I haven't even checked them to see if they work. They might work perfectly fine for some reason, but anyway, so that's so thanks GameStop. First, they gave me a Wii U for free the other day. The other month, it didn't have the gamepad, but it worked fine. And then they gave me all these games for free. GameStop, you know, they may not treat their employees well, but every once in a while, they treat their customers well, which I love. You guys probably have been looking at this the whole day. I got the Pokemon Blue 2DS. So, in Japan, they released 4 of these, 4 different variations of these, in February 2016 to celebrate Pokemon's 20th anniversary. Can't believe that's over 2 years ago now. It's 2.5 years ago. I have yellow. Now I got blue. I'm only missing red and green. I can't wait to get those. Have all 4. This is missing the Mew code and the code to download the home screen theme. And I did have to buy Pokemon Blue. My guess is the SD card had been swapped out to put on here. But otherwise, it's in great condition. I got the DS and the box, and that's all I really wanted, so I'm happy. I'll just put you over here beside Finnegan. Let's see. So I got 2 DS games as well. Well, kinda. I got Pokemon Pearl. I really wanted to get every main series game by the end of this year, but I literally cannot buy anything else if I want to get my project done by Christmas. So I got Pearl. Now I'm only missing 3 games from the main series. Diamond, Part Gold, and Black 2. That's it. so I'm happy with that. And then I got Advance Wars Days of Ruin. Now, I didn't actually get this specifically. I got the cartridge. I didn't get the game, I got the cartridge. Also, I just realized I missed a game. Finding Nemo for the GameCube. I've told this story before, but my brother gave me tons of old games and cases. Some were missing both. But regardless, so he gave me the case for Advance Wars, Days of Ruin on the DS, and I just had to pick up the game. It didn't cost that much. And he gave me the case for Finding Nemo, and I got the game for that. I can't believe I forgot to bring that out here. I guess I didn't write it down when I got the game in. But yeah, so I have those complete now, and thanks to that, I have every single game he gave me complete. Let's go ahead and talk about everything over here. My goodness. I got a PlayStation Vita game and a PlayStation 4 game that are the exact same game. Bunny Must Die, Chelsea and the Seven Devils. Why did I get this? I frankly don't remember. This was sold by Strictly Limited. Yeah, this was sold by Strictly Limited late last year. And they just now got around to being able to print it and ship it out of Germany, so it took another month to get here. But one great thing that Strictly Limited does is they put the number on the back of what specific number you got out of the batch. I don't remember how many of these were made. I'd like to say 2,500 each. Regardless, I got really low numbers for these. This one I got number 473, and this one I got number 98, so under 100 is always good. So that's something fun that Strictly Limited does, that Limited Run Games doesn't do, for example. They, They put the specific number on the back of the case that you got for your copy. This is only my fourth PS Vita game. This is the first one I bought since I got a Vita. It's so weird. So, anyway, so I got those games. And on the subject of limited print games, let's go to my other PS4 games. I got 3 limited run games. I got Super Gum World 2. I got Cerulean. And I got Volume. So I am going to keep up with my limited run games and my limited print games as much as I can. Because if I don't get them now, they'll just be more expensive later. I'm collecting LRG everything except for Vita. And for every other company, I'm collecting Switch, if that makes sense. When I was at Best Buy, I checked to see if they had any PS4 games for cheap, and they did. They had Madden 16. It wasn't until it arrived here that I realized I actually already had this game. I got it from Gamestop when they were doing their 4 for $10 deal. But I had the deluxe edition, not the regular edition, so it's kind of different. It's not really different. I just thought, okay, what are the odds of me picking up some random Madden sports game on the PlayStation 4 and I already have it, when I have such a small release library? And odds were low, but there it is. So I got 2 copies of that now. And then I picked up these 2 games from East Asia Soft, so from Play Asia. They were having a deal months and months ago, where if you buy one, you got the other 50% off, so I figured may as well. Rainbow Moon and Rainbow Skies, published by East Asia Soft, and on PlayStation 4. They're 2 completely separate games. It's not like Pokemon where they're different versions of the same game. I think the better way to put it would be like Fire Emblem, what's it called? Not Echoes, Fire Emblem, I can't remember what it was. But there was a Fire Emblem game where they had... I can't remember the name. I keep thinking of the other Fire Emblem names. Whatever, Fire Emblem. Think about that. That one where they had 2 releases, and then if you play both of them, you get to play the third. You don't unlock a third one here, but they're 2 releases that just tie in together. Make sense? Okay. It probably didn't. May as well get this out of the way. I bought a ton of Nintendo Power magazines. I never read Nintendo Power back in the day. I have no nostalgic attachment to them. But I love reading through them and seeing what sort of game history was going on back in the day over at Nintendo. I just love reading through these. I eventually want to get every single copy. And this is important. If any of you has issue 173, complete with the Eon ticket, let me know. I'm interested in buying it. So, volume 29. I don't even know why I'm bothering saying the volumes. The guys don't even care. Volume 40. But yeah, I love reading through these. Look, like ads, comics, all sorts of stuff to really bring it back to the day. And this was published, this volume in particular was published, I think, before I was born, so something amazing. It's part of gaming history. Volume 42. Volume 101. Most of these I bought in a Nintendo Power lot, but some of them I bought individually, and I'll tell you about those when I get them, and it'll be obvious why. Volume 108. Volume 110. Volume 113. Volume 122. This is one that I bought on its own, Volume 125, because this was the very first issue that featured Pokemon on the cover. That might not actually be true. But this is one of the issues that features Pokemon on the cover. And if anything else, I want to at least get every single issue that has Pokemon on the cover. This one was released right when Pokemon Yellow came out. There's just ads all over the place for this. Oh man, brings me back. Volume 129. And finally, the only other one that I bought on its own, Volume 147. This was the one to coincide with the... Sorry, Finnegan, with the release of Pokemon Crystal. The Game Boy Advance had already released by this time, and so had the GameCube. It's just amazing to look at this and see, hey, Crystal on Game Boy Color. That was what was impressive. Not the GameCube, not the Advance, Pokemon Crystal. Which I just love that. Get back up here, Finnegan, I'm sorry. Alright. I have this pile to go through. I got the Pearl and Marina Amiibo, because of course. And then I have all these Switch games that I got this month. More than I expected. But most of these I had bought and paid for months ago, so they just happen to be at my doorstep now. Okay, Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, which is a port of the Wii U version. Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. I love this game so much. I never actually played Crash on the PlayStation, so it's fun being able to pick it up now. Oceanhorn, Monster of the Uncharted Seas. Now this isn't actually a retail release. Limited Run Games published this, but it's not in their library. What they did was they just had orders open for a month, and that's how you got this. So it's not an LRG game. It's not limited print. RBI Baseball 18. 17 came out last year, so it's nice to see a series that's here on the Switch to stay. Sonic Mania Plus. I cannot recommend this enough. It's the second time I bought this game for the Switch, actually. The first time I got the Collector's Edition last year. Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection, which I don't know if it came out this month, but I had enough Best Buy gift cards to buy a cheap game, and that was the cheapest one they had that I was missing. Wolfenstein 2 The New Colossus, which it's not for kids, but I got this to show my support to developers and publishers. Put your games on the Switch. I will buy it no matter how inferior the port is. And finally, probably my favorite game of the month, Shelter Generations, which is a Super Rare Games game. Their third release altogether. And they did send this to me for free, so thank you to them for that. They've given me so much support. I cannot thank them enough for all the stuff that they've done for me. Oh wait, no, there's another pile. Okay, so those were my Switch games, and from here on out, the only Switch games I'm going to pick up are Pokemon, Smash Brothers, and a few other games that I've already paid for, but will be releasing, so don't expect for me to get too many Switch games. With those Switch games, however, I am up to 101 releases in North America. That's how many are in my library, out of a lot more than that by now, but it's nice to know that I did finally break the 100 mark before I just basically went kaput and said, okay, from here on out, I'm only getting what I want. I got tons of 3DS games. Let's see, two of these. I got Mario Kart 7. This is another one of those. My brother gave me the case, and this isn't even the original case, because that should be red. I just had to buy the game, and I got the game. Trying to put it back in there. There we go. Let's see. Pilot Wings Resort. Now, this is one where I had the game. I actually bought the game for myself when I bought my 3DS, but I got it used from from GameStop, and it didn't come with the case or manual, so I just went out and bought those to complete it. And then the rest of these, Best Buy had a deal for, I don't know if it was just for the GCU members, or if it was for everyone, where if you buy a 3DS game, it's buy one, get one half off. So I used that opportunity to get a lot of these games for a lot cheaper than they would have otherwise been. Basically, I bought 3 of these games, and I got 1 for free. So what I got were Poochie and Yoshi's Woolly World, Detective Pikachu, which I wanted anyway because it's a Pokemon game, The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask 3D, and Super Mario Maker for 3DS. So those were my 3DS games. That almost doubles what I had before. Not exactly. Actually, it more like adds 30% on. But the point is I didn't have many 3DS games. And thanks to the deal at Best Buy, I was able to grab a lot more for cheaper than they would otherwise have been. I haven't even gotten my PS2 games yet. I keep looking over here and seeing more piles. Okay, here we go. PlayStation 2. Almost all of these were from Goodwill, except for maybe 1 or 2, and I'll point those out as I get to them. So, ATV for Off-Road Fury. ATV Off-Road Fury 4, whatever. And do I want to go for a complete PS2 library? Kinda. May as well pick up whatever I can. Burnout. This is one that I bought on my own. Castle Shikigami 2. Now, why would I get this game? What is it about? Frankly, I don't know, but when I went to see my rocket launch in late February, early March, I got to meet with Roger Craig Smith, who was another attendee. You might know him as the current voice of Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah, like that Sonic the Hedgehog. So it was awesome being able to hang out with him, consider him my friend for a few days. And I asked him, what was your very first voiceover work? And he's like, oh, prepare for a story. It was this. This was the very first game. This was the very first anything that Sonic the Hedgehog appeared in. Well, the voice of him, anyway. What happened was, his friend was in charge of the dubbing process, and he said, Roger, he called him up, said, Roger, I need for you to come over, need to record a voice real quick. And they rushed through, and it wasn't until the very end where there was this one word that was in all caps that he had been yelling every time he read it. And at the very end of the script, it said, this is a character's name. He wasn't supposed to yell it. So this is, like, his voiceover on this is on websites for, like, the worst voiceovers ever. And he laughs it off now. It was hilarious. He wanted to redo it, and he just didn't have time. So I figured, you know what, Roger, just for you, I'll go out and I'll get a copy of this game. It's in beautiful condition, too. So I did go out and actually buy that. Wasn't at Goodwill, but there's a story behind that. This is one where I got the case from Goodwill a while ago, but it didn't have the game inside, so I just went to eBay to pick up the game. ESPN NFL 2K5. It's in a horrible condition. The case, anyway. The game's fine. Family Guy, the video game. Kelly Slater's Pro Surfer. The PS2 had, like, almost... Worldwide, it had 2,500 games. It has the single largest library in console history, so... North America, I think, is closer to 1,800. Need for Speed Underground, which is a really fun game, actually. The Polar Express. I love the film, haven't played the game yet. Tons of SSX games. This is SSX 3, Greatest Hits version. SSX Tricky, which is, I think, the second one, and that's the Greatest Hits version as well. SSX On Tour. The original SSX. And Test Drive Greatest Hits. I think that's all the SSX games, actually. Could be wrong. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4, which is not good, but at least it's better than Pro Skater 5. And finally, Reckless, the Yakuza missions. So those are my PlayStation 2 games. Finally, I think I'm done with everything except for my final thing, which I've been intentionally saving for last. Here we go! I got an Xbox. An original Xbox. I've wanted one of these for a while. There's just something about this console I love. I never got to play it back in the day, but ever since I saw the look of it, I thought, wow, that looks like a cool machine. And the games look amazing on it as well. I think it goes without, I think it's without contest that this is the most powerful machine from the 6th generation of gaming. It has the Call of Duty skins on there. That's just a skin. That's not on the console itself. Now, this does need a really good cleaning, so I'm not even going to put it back on my shelf after I'm done with this video. I'm going to open it up, take an air gun, and just spray it with air. It's so filthy, but it works great. I have an HDMI cable on order to make it look even better. And that does it for my games for this month. Shelter Generations is my favorite game. This is my second favorite thing at all, and this is my number one. So thank you all so much. Oh, this is so cuddleable. I just want to do this now. So thank you all so much for watching the video. Let me know what you thought. Let me know what your favorite thing was that I got this month, and I'll be back next month. I swear with way fewer things this time. Take care, everyone. Finnegan says hi. Hi everyone, this is Skul. If you liked the video, please leave a like and consider subscribing. I also want to give a huge thanks to my Patreon pledgers for this month, whose names you can see on screen, along with some other videos of mine I think you might enjoy watching. That does it for now. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more.